Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60 and Me. Well, as you know, I am a traveler. I love to travel and I get my information and resources and information from all kinds of places. And one of the places is podcasts. Now, I know that, you're watching a video here now, so you may not be familiar with the fact that there are this reality, this channel online called a podcast where people talk and record a message and record their story without a visual, without the video. It's like an audio video, and it's a really good way of communicating if you're on the go, if you're in the car or you're traveling, walking, and you just want to listen to someone talking about a subject that's of interest to you. Very motivational, can be great. I've often thought about doing them for 60 and Me as well, because people sometimes don't want to watch a video, they just want to hear the information. But in terms of travel, these travel podcasts, there are so many of them, and I know only a few. So we did some research and we wrote an article on this, and I'll give you the link to the article because it's very detailed, all the links, all the information. But I'll just give a summary of the ones that we talk about, and then maybe share my own experience with them or what I know to be the case. Now, a lot of them are podcasts that are recorded by journalists, people that are travelers. They've got a channel somewhere. They maybe even work for a large travel company, and they just do their podcast based on their passion for travel. That's all they do. Now, when I go out into the world, I do videos, and hi, I'm here, standing here on Heathrow Airport, whatever, and I seem to love my videos because you want to be part of the journey with me. So I do that. But if you just want to get information and you want to get inspiration on travel, here's some ideas. Now, the first one is, now I'm going to read my notes here because I don't know all the names off the top of my head. This one's by Condé Nast Traveler, which is a huge magazine about travel. I get Condé Nast just for fun to read it, and it's so comprehensive and really high quality. Sometimes a little bit on the luxury side, but I think it's a really worthwhile magazine. But anyway, the lady that does the podcast is Laili Arekoglu, and I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, Arekoglu, and Meredith Carey. I apologize for the name mistake there. But anyway, they are the people that present this podcast, and they do interviews with influential women in the travel world, people that have shared their journey. So, for example, Jessica Nabongo, who was the first Black woman to visit every country in the world, 196 countries, and she was celebrated for that. And they interviewed her. By the way, just for information, there's a woman called Cassie DePecco who actually holds the world record for the fastest person to travel every country, and she did this in 18 months. And she was only 27 when she did it. But those are the kinds of women that they talk to, and this is Condé Nast production. The Travel Diaries is one by travel journalist Holly Rubenstein, and she has conversations with famous guests again that share their travel stories. And I think this is a very common theme. Joe Malone, for example, who's the perfume guru, and also Joanna Lumley. She's interviewed them, and they're kind of telling their stories about their travel. So it's called the Travel Diaries. And they give like the dream destinations, the places that everybody wants to go. But it's kind of fun to listen to that as well. Another one is called the Globetrotter Lounge. And that's Lizette Austin, who she has actually written a book, I think, or she's got a website called Jet Set Lizette. And I think it's jetlizette.com. By the way, all the links to their websites are in the article itself, which I'll link to. And I'll mention them when I have them written down here. But she does interviews with women. And she says that, budget travel, practical tips, things that really will help you if you're traveling solo, budget travel hacks, and solo tips. So that's the Globetrotter Lounge, and that's by Lizette Austin. Oh, and also how to accumulate points and finding free accommodation and all kinds of cool hacks that you can find. This one I do know, Abroad, is travel journalist Erin von Reenen, and she tells stories about women that have traveled abroad as expats and are living their lives, and there's just the challenges and the triumphs of being an expat traveler living in a country like I'm living here in Switzerland, where your language may not be your heart language, your home language, but all kinds of tips and tricks on the challenges of how to cope, how to get on with it. Another one that I'm familiar with is the Wonder Woman podcast, and this is Phoebe phoebesmith.com. There's a hyphen in her word. But she takes you on this journey, like audio adventures all around the world. And she does like a travel hack of the month. And I'm trying to get some, like how to treat seasickness. I need that one for coming up cruise. But she celebrates like lesser known travelers who do these off the beaten track kind of stories. I think she's a really cool one for that, Phoebe Smith. And then there's the Solo Woman's podcast. Sarah Shaw, she's got this website called solotravelwomen.com, and she just empowers women to travel solo. She's like me. I mean, she just likes to travel by herself, but she talks about the safety aspects of going to a new destination, how to manage cultural differences, where to shop, how to just get around. But that kind of idea of immersing yourself in a new place as a solo traveler. So that's Sarah Shaw. And she's got all kinds of courses as well, webinars and podcast workshops, really, really useful. And that's one of the cool things about podcasts too, is you can watch them and listen, or you can listen to them while you're doing other things. So you can listen over and over and go back to the places that you find useful. It's very, very focused. Like 60 we talk about travel as part of 10 other things, but these women are focused just on travel. So Sarah Shaw is a Solo Woman podcast. The other one is the Thoughtful Travel podcast. I didn't know this one. It's Amanda Kendall, and she's got notaballerina.com is her website. So she's obviously got something else going on, but she's like talking about the like profound things that happen to you when you travel. And I'm big on this too. The synchronicities, the serendipity, the kind of just mysterious things that happen when you're by yourself. She was the ethical tourism, how to travel lightly, how to be a gentle soul on the planet with other people, other cultures, learning a language, and just basically how travel enriches you, how it brings something absolutely unique into your life. She talks about the emotional sides of travel too, which I need to listen to some of her things, the transformative side of travel. How to look for cultural differences that can enrich you. I mean, I know when I went to India, for example, this was a big part of my life. I need my tea here for a second. Losing my voice. 1 minute. It's a good thing I have my cup of tea next to me. English breakfast. Very cultural, my English roots. But let's have a conversation here. Do you listen to any travel podcasts? If you do, please leave them in the section below. And by the way, just as a podcast story, do you listen to any other podcasts? Like I listen to Mel Robbins, for example. Maybe others of you listen to her podcast. She also has visual videos as well. But there's some people that just do podcasts. And I always thought at the beginning, 10 years ago, when I was getting into video, how podcasts were kind of for people that didn't like to get their faces in front of the camera. They just wanted to talk about the stuff that they loved. And they were so good at what they did. So I thought that was a really, powerful model. So podcasting is here. It's back. If you think that you'd like to have me do some podcasts, some just audio things, let me know. And we'll see what comes of it. I know a lot of people, you're on the road, you're traveling, you're doing stuff, and you just want, just to be connected. Oh, there's an alarm going off outside. Anyway, so what are your favorites? If you have any, please share your travel stories. If you've got any travel hacks or any travel, sort of things you've discovered as a solo traveler, companies that you like working with, cruise companies you've been on, anything that's about travel. Let's just use this as an open platform, okay? So have a really great day, everybody. Good luck with your travels. Stay safe and well out there in the world. And know that every time you travel, you're shattering an aging stereotype. You're doing something to show that older women are out in the world doing our thing, and we're not giving up on this beautiful life that we have been given. And I appreciate all these different wonderful women that are doing apodcasts. And check out the article if you want some more detail. And just thank you again for being here on 60 and Me. We love you and appreciate you. Take care, everybody.